Well, it's okay. No, it's okay.
I'm talking.
Guys, I actually want to hear.
No,
I want to hear.
No, this
it's
guy,
okay. It's okay. I want to.
Bro is like an angry version of Kamala Harris.
Do you come from Holocaust survivors, or are you a Jewish family that didn't?
So my great-great-grandparents arrived here. A lot of our extended family was killed in the Holocaust, but our immediate family not.
Your great-great-grandparents, but not your grandparents.
Right.
Oh, do you have friends whose grandparents were Holocaust survivors or anything like that?
Of course, many of them. Yeah, I've helped write memoirs of Holocaust survivors.
Yeah. Their families are kind of messed up, right? Like my family is very messed up.
I mean, if you go through a trauma like the Holocaust, I would imagine it would have
They
impact.
teach that trauma between generations. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, trauma very often in a lot of circumstances is passed down. I mean, I know some kids of Holocaust survivors who turned out fantastic and some who didn't.
Well, then it's not the trauma who is making them unsuccessful. Maybe it's choices. They choose to live like a victim, even though they are not a victim.
I mean, that's
Yeah. Okay. So you are officially woke. That is what wokeness is about.
Well, he's right descriptively. It's true that wokeness requires you to think that past events and injustices still affect people. So it's like generational trauma. But again, it's a descriptor of wokeness, not prescriptor. Ben is not saying that he should receive reparations. So he clearly disagrees with prescriptors of wokeness. But he accepts the descriptor, which is not great for him, to be honest.
That is what wokeness is about. It's like, people's grandparents or their great-grandparents were slaves.
Well, it's okay. No, it's okay.
I'm talking.
Guys, I actually want to hear. I want to hear. It's okay. I want to hear. Let's at least hear the argument. Okay, so let's hear it. Let's hear it. Go.
What? He wants to hear me.
I do want to hear it. It's fine. Let him go. Let's hear it.
Come on.
So explain how that's woke.
So, I mean, the whole thing is like, let's see. So during Silent Calvin Coolidge's administration, do you know about like the Great Mississippi Flood back in the 1930s?
I understand that American history is filled with racial evil.
Yeah. And that causes some intergenerational trauma, which affects people's ability to be,
so let me
things like that.
Fine.
The ability, that's a crazy statement he just made.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why? So if the idea is that history has consequences, of course that's true. That's not wokeness.
Yeah.
That is not wokeness. What wokeness suggests is that fundamental institutions in American society are so... Yes, it 100% does.
I ran Elizabeth Warren's campaign. I helped organize her volunteers around here.
That makes sense. Bro is working behalf of Pocahontas.
I am a representative of wokeness.
Okay, well,
and that's just, this is all it is.
Well, I mean...
When I went to go get my first tattoo, the guy had lightning bolts and 88s tattooed on his neck. And as a Jewish person, that's really messed up. It's basically a threat.
There are racist people who exist. The argument that you're making, and I'm going to close with this because this is going in weird directions, and I don't really want to...
No, it's not going in a weird direction.
I don't really want to get... just hold up a second. I let you get out your arguments, and now it's time for me to respond, because I let you say the full argument.
Okay, I'll let you respond, but...
No, not but. Now's my turn.
You are not characterizing what I'm saying accurately.
Now it's my turn. Your definition is inaccurate. The reason your definition is inaccurate is because any sentient human being would acknowledge that history has consequences.
Right.
But if the idea is, but that's not what wokeism is. Wokeism is a different thing. Wokeism suggests that all inequalities of today are attributable to not only historic injustices, but also continuing injustices in the now. And that all disparity is attributable to discrimination.
Like that, but a conservative.
Not just that.
A conservative is the only person. I want to know why. Why is it that conservatives are the only people who define it like that?
Well, you can look at the definition. I know that you leftists are so subjective. You kind of accept everything that supports your narrative, and you reject everything that doesn't support your narrative. But you can look at the definition.
We're gonna have to stop here because this is going nowhere. But
what's up?
I'm going to have to stop with this with you because this is going nowhere. All I'm going to say is this. To sum up,
I just am trying to understand your perspective. Just one more second. On a fundamental level, you're shifting definitions to avoid the consequences of your own argument. And if the idea is...
And,
This is not
final
free
point.
speech.
And final
This is
point.
being censored.
And final point. If
I
you are
thought
going
you
to
were a free
hold on,
speech
if you are
warrior.
also
You're supposed to be Kamala Harris, bro. Where's the vibes?
I'm talking.
You destroyed entire atmosphere.
just final point to sum up there. Final
Well, I
point
don't
to
know how I can follow that.
Yeah,
but,
one more. I just want to make, honestly,
Go ahead.
I want to make one final point to sum up there. If the idea is that traumas of the past invariably bleed down into the present, that does not explain why certain groups that have been historically not only marginalized but slaughtered in mass genocide are some of the most successful groups in our society. So if the idea is, that past trauma always equals current inequality, or that my actions in, say, robbing a convenience store are attributable to bad actions that happened in Alabama in 1930, the answer to that is no. Don't rob the convenience store. The only way that you're going to be able to break the chain of history is to make good decisions. What people on the left don't like to talk about is actual solutions. What they like to do is bitch about problems that existed 60 years ago and blame those for failures to solve them now.
I mean, he's correct. It's more about your choices than generational trauma. Very bad things happened in last century. And you can attribute Marxism for some of that, or maybe most of that. But that's not my point. Germany was clearly destroyed. Japan was clearly destroyed, but they are doing fine now. Maybe not Germany, because of too much Islam, or Japan, because their birth rates are collapsing. But economically, they are doing fine. They are rich, successful, even though they were destroyed in World War II. But they are doing fine. So it's more about choices. But the black people are not doing very fine because they made wrong choices. And you can clearly blame Democrat Party for that. They embraced it, they pushed it, they politicized it, they tried their best to destroy black people. And you can't blame them. They have incentives to do that because they don't want them to be successful, to be religious, to be more smart and realistic. Because if that happens, then they will lose their voting blocks. They have incentive to keep them oppressed and poor. Because if they become rich, they will oppose Democratic Party. There will be no reason to vote for them because there is no fear that white man is going to get you or you don't have money. Because if you made the right choices, you might be the top 1%. And then we will realize they are sucking your money, bro.